Shabbos. So Shabbos begins. What's the first siman in Hilchos Shabbos? Yeah. Open up Reish Mem Beis, please. Can you pass the Reish Mem Beis? Chelik Gimel. Kavod Shabbos. So there's many dinim in Kavod Shabbos, in Einig Shabbos. In Einig Shabbos, in Kavod Shabbos. No, can you just pass there's two of them. Shkoich. Shulchan Aruch begins in Reish Mem Beis with Lihi Zoher B'Chavod Shabbos. One should be Zoher. So l'chayra, it only makes sense to begin talking about Kavod Shabbos. So there's many dinim in Kavod Shabbos. So we're going to begin quickly. There's an interesting din that seems to be slightly unknown. It's actually in Reish Samach, this din, later on, which is that one has a din that every Erev Shabbos, weekly, you're supposed to take a shower. So take a shower, they come in Shabbos. The Gemara in Shabbos, Tav Chavei Beis, Amar Rav Nachum Bar Rava Amar Rav, Halakis Ner Shabbos, Ner B'Shabbos Chayv, Rechitzes Yudayim V'Raglayim B'Chamin, is a Rishos. V'ani Omer Mitzvah. My Mitzvah. The Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Kachem Menagim Shal Rav Yehuda Bar Rav Eloi Rav Shabbos Mevi'in Lo Yariva Melei Amayim. They bring him a trough filled with hot water. He would wash his hands in Baruch his Panav Yad V'Raglav. U'Mesatef, he'd get dressed. V'Yeshiv Sadinim HaMesiyim. Then he would put on a beautiful clothing. V'Doimeh LaMalach Hashem Tzivakis. So there's a din to shower for Shabbos. There's a little bit of a discussion in the Paiskim what exactly was going on with Rav Yehuda Bar Rav Eloi. Why did he only wash his hands, face, and legs? Why didn't he wash his whole body? So there's a fascinating Aruch HaShulchan, and the Aruch HaShulchan says Pashit. If you know all of Shas, it's like it reminds me like of Rav Chaim Kanievsky the Karaya. Says the Aruch HaShulchan, you know why Rav Yehuda only washed his hands, face, and legs? K'di Isa ben Nadarim. Gemara Nadarim says that Rav Yehuda had a headache. Hayaloi ke'ev roish. And someone who has a ke'ev roish, it's painful for him to put his whole body into warm water. So I guess Rav Yehuda was prone to headaches, whatever that means. Fascinating Aruch HaShulchan. And therefore, he would be Yotzei Zayin by washing his hands, legs, and face. But Lamaisa, Avada, the Psak Halacha and Shulchan Aruch is mitzvah l'rchaitz. The Ramah says kol gufay, if it's impossible, at least your hands, legs, and face with warm water and Erev Shabbos. As well as a mitzvah to lachov, to scrub, to use shampoo. The Mishnah Berurah adds in. Is this a din only in men? No, it's a din as well in women. What does hot water mean? What about warm water? The Bir Halacha is a little bit misupik, and we'll leave it at that. Now, there's just an interesting shayla for the upcoming short Friday Shabbat. Why warm water? First of all, warm water, we learned Hilchos Nida, and therefore you shouldn't be asking if warm water cleans better than cold water.
Is that why that's supposed to? Here. Is it because of enjoyment?
You're asking if you're part of the cold bath, ice plunge, chevra, and you want to do the cold water. You're asking an interesting question. You already see from Rav Yehuda that if it's Efshar, then you could be Yotzei Zayin. It sounds like from the Bir Halacha that I hear. I don't want to answer without Amar Makim. I don't want to answer that Amar Makim. As we're about to see, it sounds like it's a din in enjoyment, because it doesn't sound like even if you're dirty, there's still this halacha. If you're clean, excuse me. So let's see. When are you supposed to take this shower? So it says the Mishnah Berurah in Sivkat and Hay that on Friday it doesn't work. So we're coming to the short Shabbosim, and there's many things to do on a Friday. So maybe on Thursday, On Thursday, says Mishnah Berurah in Sivkat and Hay, says Mishnah Berurah, V'hu adin chol zeh b'erev yontif. Avol yom chamishi lo yahave yikari de Shabbos. It's not the Yakar of Shabbos. Elam Kain. That then as close as possible, you should do v'chein le'inyan lehistaper. Similarly for the haircut, and that's the reason why you shouldn't be getting a haircut on Thursdays, on Wednesdays, shaving, but rather you should do it on Friday. You should do it on Friday. Mishnah Berurah continues, when on Friday? You should also, clean your nails. The Mishnah Berurah actually sounds like that it should be as close to Shabbos as possible. Some people are very, very makbid on that one. Maybe a little bit too close to Shabbos. And, the Eliyah Rabbah says, the reason why Friday? Chaver, why Friday over Thursday? Like, what's Pshat? What's closer to Shabbos mean? So Eliyah Rabbah, the Eliyah Rabbah Mamish spells out, he says, you should do it Kadesh Tovoi Hanoya b'Shabbos Atzma. The Rechitza Hanoah Shel Achar Shahi. Vayin B'Tur. I mean, he's learning that there's a tangible Hanoah from the post shower. And it's true that you might be clean the next day, but the enjoyment, that's why it sounds like it's a din enjoyment. That's also true, right? That's another reason about that. Excuse me, very good. Rameir is saying the pashtus is that what you're doing closer to Shabbos is muchachas for Shabbos. But more than that as well, as Ali Rabbah is saying. But the Mishnah Berurah does speak out, which is important, like we read, if it's impossible to do it on Friday, therefore you're allowed to do it on Thursday. And we'll mention the Sefer HaCharedim. Sefer HaCharedim says that what's the greatest covered Shabbos in the world is to enter into Shabbos b'shalom. Very good. Enter into Shabbos calmly. And therefore, if, maybe for kids, this is, everyone has their own hanhagos and whatnot, but maybe for some children, to giving the kid a bath on a Thursday night, maybe on a short Friday, maybe that is one avenue, and one would say, but it's not Kavod Shabbos. It's true. And Nevada, in the world of Lechatchila, it's of course Lechatchila to do it on Friday, but Lamaisa, not always is that possible. Therefore, one has to weigh the two, and that is halacha number one of Kavod Shabbos, which is entering into Shabbos.
You mean it's not the whole Friday is the same good?
No. Vadinish. Closer to Shabbos is of course better. That's all your Rabbah is saying. This is a whole din of Achar Mincha, etc. Of course. 100%. Yeah. There are those that take issue that there are certain yeshivas, certain Rashi yeshivas that promote taking a shower on Thursday night and then learning on Friday straight into Shabbos. So there's certain people, certain Bali Halacha that say that that's shver, because how can you promote such a thing? It's Keneged Halacha, as the Shpitz Kavod Shabbos is to shower on a Friday. But again, I think we could understand. Yeah, exactly. I think we can understand the other side of the coin as well. Now, first of all, Stam, if you're ever wondering how to cut your nails, you also cut your nails in Erev Shabbos. So how do you cut your nails? The alternating order. It's over here. That's where it brings it down. If you're ever looking at where it is, it's over here in Siman Reish Samach. So, you need a Gemara. Which Gemara do you need? Please. Makos is not here. There's no Makos here. Brachot Aleph.
Oh, thank you.
No, Brachot here.
I got it. Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
How do you have it there? I have it here.
Oh no, Brachot and Brachot. Thank you so much. It's my English. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt. No, I thought it was wrong. Brachot. Yeah. Thank you.
So, if you're ever looking at, how do you know the order? You might have just lost your first second. If you're ever wondering the order as to cutting your nails, everyone knows Al Pi Kabbalah, you're not supposed to cut your nails straight. Where is it brought down? It's brought down when you're supposed to cut your nails, which is on Erev Shabbos, which is over here in Siman Reish Samach. It's one of those things you're always looking for. Reish Samach. We'll just mention Al Pi Kabbalah. There are many that have anhaga not to cut their toenails and their fingernails on the same day as well. L'maisa b'makom hatzarech, one could be megal. For Chas Shalom, Shkia Shabbos. Yeah, I didn't think you meant that. What? Thursday. Oh, yeah. There is obviously Yosef Karev l'Shabbos. Mishnah Berurah says the closer to Shabbos is better. Mishnah Berurah does speak out. No, that's not. He's not doing what cutting does. We're going back on Lamaisa Bikabal. Some don't cut their nails at night. Okay, Lamaisa if one needs all these things. La halacha or mutter. He was asking about the Chut Shani of Nissi Krell speaks that we just said. He says, "L'fi the Mishnah Berurah, we're saying that it's din on Friday. Who didn't shein there chutz b'leil shishi?" Meaning, you would think that Thursday night is a din of Friday. He says, "No, because the whole point is to be samuch l'Shabbos." It sounds like from the morning is good because anytime erev Shabbos, but l'maisa there's a mile to be closer to Shabbos. Okay, fine. That's the showering. I didn't plan on spending 10 minutes. Those would be 3 minutes, but in the next 3 minutes instead of 10 minutes, let's just talk quickly about Kavod Shabbos, which we really jumped the gun because this is Friday. There's Kavod Shabbos starting from when? Starting from Sunday and Wednesday. What's the Kavod Shabbos starting from Sunday? Is already, says the Ramban, is that every single day when you say the Yom, hopefully we say the Yom, and when you say, at least hopefully you say a Yom Rishon the Shabbos. I hope we say the whole Kapitel Tom as well. But says the Ramban, when you say a Yom Rishon the Shabbos, that is a mitzvah de'oraisa of Zechiras Yom HaShabbos. Of Zechiras Yom HaShabbos. Now there's a din of Eineg Shabbos. Is the din of Eineg Shabbos a din de'oraisa? Is it a din de'rabanan? Okay, everyone discusses. The Mishnah Berurah opens up the whole Chelik Gimel by explaining that it's Iker Mitzvah Eineg Shabbos, explained by the Nevi'im, the Karasal Shabbos Eineg. Mishnah Berurah himself, very uncharacteristic over here, goes very at length in not really la halacha, but really giving you more of a background. The first Sivkatan in Mishnah Berurah, not such a good selling point. If like the first, you buy a halacha sefer, the first sefer you open, you want it to be like nice, short, to the point. First Sivkatan over here, just like he goes on and on about where we learn it out from, and is it deraisa, is it derabanan? Okay, but the point that we want to bring out over here is basically one din, and it's really one line. It's one line of a Gemara really. It starts with the Gemara that says, Amar Rav Yechon Mishum Rav Yesi, Kol ha'ma'anig es Shabbos. What do you get from Ma'anig Shabbos? Noistin loy nachala b'li mitzarim. You get a nachla b'li mitzarim. Says the Beis Yosef, mida keneged mida. As much as you spend on Shabbos, that's as much as you're going to get the nachla of the reward. Says the different Gemara in Shabbos, Kol ha'ma'anig es Shabbos noistin loy mishalei slibay. Whatever you ask Hashem for. So the truth is, we're out of time. We're going to stop over here. Now that we understand that obviously Einik Shabbos is something very, very chashiv. That's the introduction. But the big $1 million question is, how much? How much? How much should one spend on Shabbos? And that's the point that Amir Hashem we will pick up next week, trying to understand how Hashem's credit card works that we all utilize for Shabbos. B'siyata d'shmaya.